We got a treat for you tonight. One of the first ever Winter Blend.
Got the Winter Blend 24.
24.
I ran over here and said, listen, we got to crack this open with you right now.
It just hit the East Coast, right?
Yep, just got released. I haven't seen any reviews on this yet. I don't know if you have either.
We're probably going to be the first one. So we did a review. I had it on a story today. Last year, we compared all 5 of the Winter Blends at the time. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. We even threw in the Reposado.
We did 6. We did a 6 blind.
We did 6. And just so you know, because we'll see if we can remember where this one might fit in, my favorites were the 19, the 23, the 21, the 22, the 20, and I put the Repo last. My man...
I actually picked the Repo, I think, third. Just love the Repo. I think I had 20, 19, the 22, the 23, and the 21. But the regular Repo, I picked number 3 in the blinds.
Right, after the 19, before the 22. Yep. So we did that. We did it with John, our friend, and we'll try to remember, you know, where this fits in. Maybe someday we'll get all the bottles back together again, and we'll do another
We'll get the band together. We'll see what happens. But right now, Lou, this is an interesting blend because they started with their still strength at 46 ABV.
Right. They used 3 X-Cream French oak barrels that had Spanish sherry in it. 500-liter barrels. They filled it with the still strength, like he just said.
And then they blended everything.
They blended
there's a lot going on here. A lot of different barrels.
Yep.
I think you know, Lou, you were invited down here to do the blend.
I couldn't make that trip. I wish I could have made it. Yeah, I hope they invite me next year. But then they didn't. That was for 4 months, okay? Now what they did was after those 3 sherry barrels were filled with still strength, they emptied it after 4 months, okay? Put it on the side. They did it again.
These were wet barrels also.
Wet barrels. They did it again for another 4 months, and they blended them all together. And with those 2 fills, separate fills together, it came out to 2,866 liters at 46.2 ABV.
Right, because these are 500-liter barrels. They're a little bit bigger, so you're going to get a little bit more of a yield.
Right.
And they have to. I think there was over 7,000 bottles produced.
Well, at that point, there was 2,866 liters just on the first 3 barrels. And then they took the regular Fortaleza Reposado with American white oak used barrels, and they did 4,000 liters came out, aged that for 3 months. So it came out to 46.8 ABV, and then they had 1,000 liters. They aged that for 10 months. That came out to 46.7 ABV. And the final product, drum roll, was 7,800 liters at 46.5 ABV.
Right. And you know what's interesting?
You got that? We're having a test.
And there's a lot of math going on here. Listen, it's what's in the bottle that counts.
Yeah.
So I've seen this, Lou, going for, I believe the MSRP is like $189. You're not going to find it for $189.
No, there was all kinds of discussions today about this.
I've seen it going for $220 to $500.
But the West Coast had some good price. They were pricing it where it wasn't being gouged at what numbers similar to what you're saying, but then there were guys $500.
Right. So listen, a few things I want to point out. Okay, when you're opening these bottles, it's like don't stick shift it.
No.
You got to turn these corks out.
And then straight up.
That's it, straight up.
Otherwise,
that cork is nice and wet there.
Yeah, otherwise you're going to break it,
Yeah, you don't want that to happen when you're spending that kind of money.
So 7,800 liters, I don't know, I'm not the greatest at math. I'm going to guess, what is that, 10,000 bottles maybe? I'm just guessing at this point.
So we always like to look at the color. Even with all that barrel blending and everything, it's still a light Reposado.
Yeah, it's still light. So
these were wet barrels, Lou, they mentioned too.
Wet barrels. So we're basically talking about French oak barrels that had Spanish sherry, we understand, and American white oak barrels. So
it definitely has a French
it does. But not ridiculously cognac-y.
And it also has that little backbone of Fortaleza, you know, that
traditional nose. And, you know, I just want to mention, I was talking to Stefano today. The Winter Blend has basically been managed by him from the beginning. And that's Stefano Francavilla. He's mainly the guy that's been running this. But as he put it, it was a team effort. And we want to wish Kobe good luck at this point with the package group.
Kobe's moved on, but listen, Kobe's always been a great ally and friend. And he's always been a big advocate of Fortaleza and just tequila in general. Great nose. I'm telling you what, Lou.
Wow, this is nice.
I'm really liking the nose on this a lot.
Herbalness, right? Sweetness.
Oh, I'm getting sweet, cherry.
Definitely the cherries there.
You know, I'm getting that dried fruit.
Yep, fruity.
Light baking spices.
Yeah, definitely spice, yeah.
It's a really nice nose. Salute.
Yeah, man, he scored this right away. Nobody's got this yet. Oh, this is nice.
You get that 46 heat, though.
You do.
On the first, on that mid palate right there. Let her open up a little bit. We just cracked this bottle.
Well, I'm one of the biggest fans of Fortaleza Reposado. I always told everybody for the last 10 years it's the best Reposado you can buy. But when I compared it last year with him, funny, I picked it towards the end. The Winter Blends, to me, are really special. They really play around with those barrels. I get a little more out of it. This, too, now.
To me, this has got a lot of complexity, Lou. We were just talking about that earlier in the day. And it's got a lot of heat for me. I don't get as many barrel notes as I did on the nose. I mean, what I got on the nose versus what I'm getting on the palate.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat on the palate. There's no doubt about it. Got a nice. You know what's nice is it's not all cognac French oak,
no,
and it's not all American white oak. It's a nice little blend. You're getting the best of both worlds. You know.
Listen, if you can find this for, $100 to $300, I think it's a good investment because it's only going to go up in price. That
it will.
And I've seen it already, $50 for a 2-ounce shot. So what?
Yeah,
you can get an ounce for $25 at a good bar and restaurant. I definitely suggest trying to get a sip.
But the suggested price is still only like around what?
$189.
So like even if you get some guy who's not like trying to rip you off and you can get it for $210 to $230. Then
I think I'm under $250.
You go for it, I guess.
Listen, my allocation on this was 2 bottles. I don't know what your liquor store is getting.
Right.
The guy's got one shot.
Right.
He's entitled to make $50 on a bottle, $75 on a bottle.
Yeah.
Because the guy that's grabbing this, if he's not opening it and sharing it like I am with you, Lou,
yeah,
he's going to try to sell it for $500. So shame on them.
Right. And I have all of them back here, not except for this one. And I don't think I'm going to, go hunting. And I've kind of given up on a lot of that now. It's just things are getting crazy.
Somebody said today, Lou, that it's $300 at the distillery. I don't know if that's true.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw
it.
Instagram or something like that.
So.
Yeah. Again, that's, it all depends on your financial situation. People say to me, is it worth it? Well, how do I answer that question? It depends how much money you make, how much you could afford to spend, and have it not hurt you. Everybody's in a different boat, but that's a lot of money.
I have to say, as I've sipped it and it's opened up a little bit more, the heat's dissipated.
I don't mind.
I don't mind sharing with you, Lou.
Man.
That's what we do. Let's compare it to the 43A that you got behind us here. Right?
Oh, man, we did that already. But yeah, so from what I can recall, okay, it might not be the 19, but what did I pick number 2? Last time I did this, I picked the 23. That was a good one last year. This is about right around the 23, maybe a little bit after the 23, but I think it would be ahead of the 21, 22, the 20, and the regular Repo for me. It's in the middle, for sure.
I love the nose on this.
Yeah, it's nice. Listen, it's Fortaleza Winter Blend.
It's getting better. It's getting better.
It is.
You're coating your mouth a little bit. That alcohol is just
little caramel came out. Just
yes,
a little, probably from the American White Oak. I'm gonna guess.
So,
it's got the best of both worlds. Now I'm $14.93 in the Valley.
Want to give a quick shout out. You want to drink with the right glass too. If you saw our videos, we've done on some glassware. This is Chisholm Craft, Chisholm Trail Craft. This is their glass here.
Yeah,
you know what? It's got a barrel in here, bottom here, and a little top that comes in so you can get those aromas in. That's the kind of glass you want to look for when you want to sip.
Right, he just did a glass review, and I loved it. And like I've been saying, too, you want that bowl. Me, I don't like the fish bowl things. I mean, it's like give you a goldfish if you're going to drink one of those stupid glasses that everybody's using because they got them for free. It's too much. It comes that the alcohol escapes immediately. And some of the flavors also try to get out there. And you don't really want to judge that way. In my opinion, tequila was married together with the alcohol and the flavors.
I think you find your tasting glass, what glass you think works best for you. But this happens to be one of the glasses that I love.
This is one of the glasses I love too. I wouldn't go with a bigger opening myself. So listen, hey, with the blend, Fortaleza, it's great. Thanks for bringing it over, brother.
Salud.
Salud.